Come on, guys. Come on, come on. Let's look at the Rings of Power teaser trailer 2 ratio. Come on, let's check it out. Eh? Hey. Yeah. I love stuff like this.
Havendo seres imaginários e procuramos arte. Havendo seres imaginários e procuramos arte. Havendo seres.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy Theta J. Back like I left something, and I'm glad you here. Yes, I'm glad you here. And we're going to discuss the new Rings of Power trailer, the ratio. 229,000 dislikes so far. Yeah. Compared to only 63K. Yeah. It shows me that people are skeptical and dislike what they see. We're going to be talking about why this show was doomed from the beginning. I'm going to break that down. But before we get into that, watch this video all the way to the end. It's very important for my channel because what that does, it helps me in the algorithm. And it helps me so much, even better than smashing that like button. But you better smash that like button, and you better hit that subscribe button, and make sure to hit that notification bell, because when you hit that bell, it makes your boy Theta J feel oh so good and oh so swell. Also, if you want to become a Patreon, if you want to become a member, and if you want to hit that super thanks button by the like and dislike button on my channel, because that helps me greatly. It helps me get better equipment, and it helps me to make better videos and make a fool of myself for you. That's what I do. Now let's get to the video. Let's get into the video. The video right here, we're gonna be talking about the Rings of Power, and it doesn't surprise me that the ratio looks like this. And you even seen the ratio so far of the first trailer. People are despising what they see. The proof is in the pudding. And let me tell you something, gentlemen and ladies and gentlemen, this has never happened before in a fandom in existence. It haven't happened with the Snyder Cut fandom. It haven't happened in the Star Wars fandom. It hasn't happened in the Star Trek fandom, where you see people already making their minds up before the show even come out. Even though people pretty much knew that Star Wars Rise of Skywalker was going to be bad after what they saw with The Last Jedi, the ratio was still the same. The likes was always overpowering the dislike button. And it leads me to believe that maybe YouTube, this is the reason why they disband or they disabled the dislike button, because they knew that the fans would start to rise up when it comes to this filter, what they doing to these shows. Yes, I understand representation is very important, but you have to remember, if you don't have a great story, you have nothing. I don't care how much money you put into it. I don't care how much race swapping you do. I don't care how much you do. If the story is bad, if the race swapping doesn't make sense, you're going to fail. The showrunners of this show, people have did their work on these guys. These guys do not have enough experience in Hollywood, and they don't have enough experience with the Tolkien Lore, so nobody knows out there how these guys got the job. But it doesn't shock me at the same time too. You had a prolific scholar attached to this show, Tom. You have him attached to this show, and magically all of a sudden he's gone, because they didn't want to hear what he had to say, the input about what he had to say. This Tolkien scholar was probably telling these guys out here that, hey, you're messing up bad. You're disrespecting J.R.R. Tolkien's lore. The proof is in the pudding. And that's why Lord of the Rings on Prime is very much doomed. It's doomed. I want you to check out this article right here that I found on Forbes. And it's very interesting, because I was surprised. Forbes Forbes? Forbes is a big company out there. They usually go with the way of the other big companies, but they told truth in this article right here, and I need you guys to check it out right here. Check out this article right here. This is what it says. It says, The Lord of the Rings of Powers, dislike, buried YouTube trailer shows a steep hill. It is hard to understate just how much Amazon Prime has riding on the Rings of Power. Its Lord of the Rings series with a reported $1 billion budget. We are now less than 2 months away from its debut, and marketing is starting to ramp up for the series. They put $1 billion into this show, and I want you to look at this picture right here compared to this show, Rings of Power, and I want you to look at Game of Thrones. Do you see a big difference? The show on the top is the $1 billion show, and the show at the bottom had a way less budget than that. And guess what? Game of Thrones looks so much better. So what are they putting this money into? Is it the CGI? I will admit that the environment looks great. I will even say this, give you this, the orcs look great, but everything else look crap. I mean, look at the Numenorians, how they did them. They look like a basic medieval people. It's stuck in medieval times when the Numenorians was the pinnacle of human beings on Middle Earth. At one point, they even rivaled the elves. They were so much on that peak level that they even stopped associating themselves with the elves because they thought they was better. They looked better. They was trying to take over all of Middle Earth, of Arda. Now, let's continue with this article. It says right here, it says, suffice to say it's an uphill climb ahead of it. Skeptical Lord of the Rings fans have viewed the new Rings of Power trailer released this past week 6 million times, but the like-dislike ratio, YouTube hides dislikes now, but extensions reveals them, should be troubling for Amazon. It's at 56,000 likes to 159,000 dislikes. Very far underwater. Now, at the time, it was at 156. Now it's over 200,000. People hate this show, and rightfully so. Amazon, you are in deep trouble. You're in very deep trouble because you put your politics and your agendas into that, and you never do that in a show. Hey, take a lesson for Thor and Love and Thunder if you don't understand how this thing is going. It's slumping in the box office right now. Haven't you learned time after time again with these shows that tried the same formula that you're doing, they eventually fail? Let's continue. It says right here, most of the top comments are Tolkien's quotes being used as dunks. But the undercurrent of all the comments is the same, that everyone is very skeptical this will work after the perfection of the original trilogy, the badness of Jackson Hobbit's follow-ups, and the fact that has neither Jackson nor specific Tolkien books to adapt. Basically what they said, they made all this stuff up. Made up characters, all this crap. While my skepticism has come from spending this much on any show individually, what concerns me the most is that Amazon trusted this project to two people who are completely unproven in the field of television, showrunners John D. Payne and Patrick McKay. I am not insulting either of them because there is not even anything to insult. Both have resumed that are incredibly sparse, with both being uncredited writers on Star Trek Beyond and writers on a future Flash Gordon project that does not exist yet. These guys are inexperienced, and Star Trek Beyond should tell you right there that these guys are attached to that this show is going to be garbage. You guys let me know what you think in the comments below. What do you think about the dislike and like ratio? Do you think this show is going to be the best show ever? Or are we going to see a big climatic disaster backlash waiting to happen that never have been seen before? Get back at your boy Fader J. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that notification bell. bell. Because when you hit that notification bell, it makes your boy Theta J feel oh so good and oh so swell. And I'm out of here, Ninja Daddy.